If you've been looking for where to host your website, IONOS probably came up at least a couple of times in your searches. To me, IONOS sounds like the name of a space station or at least something sci-fi related, but it's actually a web hosting service here on Earth, and thankfully, with no rocket science involved. In this IONOS review, we'll cover what it offers, what it costs, and whether it's worth your time and money. So buckle up and let's see what IONOS is all about. So you probably want to know more about IONOS other than it's a hosting provider from our planet. You might remember them as 1&1. Yeah, they've been around since 1988, back when floppy disks were high tech and the internet made screechy dial-up sounds. Yeah, I can hear it now. Fast forward a few decades and IONOS is now best known for offering solid hosting without making your wallet cry. Their Plus plan is what got my attention immediately, not because it's in blue or maybe these damn marketers know how people's brains work. Anyhow, it's a plan for just $1 a month to start with unlimited SSD storage, unlimited websites, a free IONOS domain for a year, and more. Sounds like a scam, but no. It is legit. Of course, after that sweet honeymoon year, the price jumps quite a bit. Still not a bad deal, especially compared to some competitors charging double just for the privilege of existing online. Which in 2025 is basically a human right, guys, yeah? Come on. It is a great fit for small to medium personal projects or e-commerce sites. And while there are other plans, let's be real, the Plus plan makes them look like background extras. That said, the Essential plan works if you're fully committed to that one and only website. The Starter plan steps up a bit but still doesn't match Plus. And the Unlimited plan is the one for those who want it all and don't mind tossing a few extra bucks at it. But if you're all about saving money, well, I've got a discount for you in the description. Yeah, for all of these plans. To make it more convenient, you can also scan this QR code. It has the same deals already applied. One more thing though, you can always upgrade to a better plan later, so I recommend not overpaying. I've heard stories of how some users end up with a cloud hosting plan for their school project, so I don't recommend starting out with IONOS VPS or IONOS cloud hosting unless you are sure about what you're doing. Okay, so now you've got the plan, let's see what's the experience using IONOS website hosting. And spoiler alert, it is not your typical hosting experience. For starters, IONOS ditches the classic cPanel in favor of a custom-built control panel. Now, if you're someone who's been cozy up with cPanel since the Jurassic era of web hosting, this might feel like a betrayal, but hear me out, alright? The IONOS dashboard is way more beginner friendly. It's clean, it's simple, and it doesn't make you feel like you're piloting a spaceship just to manage a domain. Honestly, I'm all for it. Some of the big name hosts are jumping on the ditch cPanel bandwagon too, because let's face it, cPanel is starting to feel like Windows XP for web hosting. We have good memories about it, but maybe, just maybe, let's keep them as memories. With that said, the IONOS dashboard is still not perfect. Some features are buried in menus and might be hard to find if not for the search bar. Thankfully, it's included in the dashboard. Now let's talk about features, and there is a lot to like. IONOS offers a super convenient one-click installer for WordPress and other open source platforms. Migration though is where things get a little bit messier. There's no built-in WordPress migration tool, so you'll have to roll up your sleeves or use a plugin to make the move. The migration process varies depending on what CMS you're using, which makes things more complicated than they need to be. Let's talk about two underrated IONOS features that deserve some spotlight: site analytics and malware scanning. These two make using IONOS web hosting much easier. First up, site analytics. This built-in tool is like having a website whisperer on your team. It gives you a clear picture on how your site is doing, how many visitors are dropping by, what pages they're checking out, and how they're engaging with your content. It's like Google Analytics, but without the complicated setup or privacy headaches. All the data is fully anonymized, so you get the insights you need without creeping on your users. Smart, simple and totally privacy friendly. Now on to malware scanning. It's got your back when it comes to security. Their hosting plans come with automatic malware scanning that keeps an eye on your site 24/7. If anything sketchy pops up, like rogue script or a suspicious file, you'll get an email alert faster than you can say CoolTechZone. It's a proactive layer of defense that helps you catch and fix issues before they crash your site or tank your search engine rankings. And to be honest, overall, when it comes to security, IONOS doesn't cut corners, especially at this price point. Every plan comes with wildcard SSL certificates, which go beyond the basic "let's encrypt" freebies you'll find with most hosts. That means stronger encryption and protection for all your subdomains. An important aspect if you're running an online store or dealing with any kind of sensitive data. But that's not all. IONOS also throws in built-in DDoS protection to guard your site against nasty traffic attacks, keeping things running smoothly even when bots try to crash the party. And as your site grows, cloud scalability lets you easily bump up your resources without downtime or drama. Another underrated perk of IONOS is that daily backups are included with every plan. Most hosting providers only toss in weekly backups or make you pay extra for that kind of reliability. Plus, IONOS handles security settings out of the box, so you're protected even if you forget to be paranoid. Now, all the talk about how IONOS is not from space, but if we're talking performance, that would be actually good. Still, for how affordable IONOS hosting is, you can't really ask for much better performance. My test site loaded faster than Google's recommended 2.5 seconds. Yes, it was close, but it made it. This is important not only because slow websites are just annoying and users tend to leave, but it also helps with search engine optimization rankings. In other words, the faster the website, the higher the chances to end up on the first page of Google search results. And you don't want your site to end up on page 11 next to these weird sites. Now, uptime is another important performance metric. No issues here, it hovers around 99.9%, which is rock solid for shared hosting. Now, some other hosting providers promise 99% uptime, which might look like a good percentage, but it's not. That 1% means that your site might be down for like 8 hours every month at random times. So overall, when it comes to performance, despite the pricing, IONOS delivers. What are your thoughts? Is IONOS good in your eyes? Let me know in the comments. Now, I think that IONOS is one of the best web hosting options for the price. It doesn't skimp on security or features, it's beginner friendly, but it's also suitable for advanced users and larger projects. Hopefully this IONOS review 2025 helped you decide if it's the right host for your website. Don't forget to drop that like and subscribe. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys around.